Hello, my friends. I am back. Today is World Tarot Day, so I wanted to make a little video on the Crow Tarot. I think it was about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer because time is strange. I bought this little deck, and I bought it in just like at a little bookstore, and I had no way of knowing that it was a fake deck. So the reason I've been doing these is to maybe help other people who are just getting into it to be able to tell the real decks from the fake decks. I'm still glad I got this deck. So here's the fake one. Now it looks the same. Like if you, yeah, we'll get to it. One thing at a time. So these are the backs of the fake ones. Now, let me see. So this is like just a regular playing deck. It's a little beat up. And as you can see, just a second there. So the Crow Tarot, the fake one, is just a little bit taller, a bit wider. I would say feels just a tiny bit thinner than this. So I generally am not attracted to animal decks. They don't necessarily speak to me. I don't get the emotion behind it necessarily. So, you know, I'm not mad that I spent $15 on a bootleg deck, even though I thought I was buying the real thing, because I was able to look at this art and just, let's look. It's gorgeous. It has a painterly yet stained glass feel. Like, look, isn't that gorgeous? I would have that up on my wall. So once I was in love with it, and I had realized, you know, during this time that this was likely a fake deck because I had bought a few at the same time, I was like, you know what? I really like this deck. I want to find the real one. So I went to a metaphysical store and I bought this bad boy. So where the fake deck, it came in just a tuck box. Now that happens sometimes. Like I've got this traditional Rider-Waite. I need to find a home in it because like the box is falling apart. But like it came in just a tuck box. It didn't come looking like this. I modified my deck a bit, but as you can see, it's got a guidebook. And if we look at the size of the cards, and that seems to be the biggest difference, is these fake decks, they're smaller and they do not have the guidebooks. They also do not come in order. Now this deck has been shuffled because I reviewed this deck once before. Like I had a feeling that it was a fake deck, but I wasn't sure. So I had noticed that it was not in order, so I had to go through and just make sure all the cards were actually there. It bothers me when they're not in order. Okay, so let's look at how the real deck looks. So it's going to come in a box. It's going to be a lot bigger. It's a hefty box. It's got these little thumb holes so you can get it out easily. And like it's a nice sturdy box. It comes with this great little book. So, oh, I've never looked at the back. That's pretty. Okay. Now, the backs look the same. It'll be interesting. Oh, so the color's a bit off. Like this is more red, but like that's not a big deal. I want to compare what the color's like. Just a second. It's pretty close. I'll have to find the Fool to be sure. So let's see. You know what? This is number 5. We can find number 5 really fast. So this is the Fool. Very different feel than a regular Fool card. He looks more serious than the fun-loving Fool that I'm used to. The cards are thicker. They feel better. Like, these are quite papery and thin. Look at that. We've got all the right imagery here. He's holding all the stuff, and no, you can't see it, but usually the magician has like the infinity symbol on him. There's the high priestess. Oh, look, she's got the veil. I love that. So it's got not just stained glass painterly feel, but there's some collage-y type elements to it. And generally I don't like that, but for this deck, I really, really like it. Like, it's just the Empress. Emperor. I like that they have the ram head there. Here's the Hierophant. And I love that they've got like this cathedral background because it brings in that religious element. The Lovers. And there's the snake. So you're still getting the feeling of the people in the garden, but I love that they're crows here. You can assign any gender to these lovers, and I like that. It's a Chariot. And it's clever because, like, he's flying, so he's obviously traveling somewhere. There he is. So that's the symbol that's usually on top of the magician. It's a great lion. Oh, I love the Hermit. There's the Wheel of Fortune. Here, let's try to get the whole card. We see all the heads. We've got some, is that Venus or Mercury? It's hard to tell. It might be Mercury. It looks like it either is the crow's neck or, yeah, I think it's Mercury. And that's fire. I'm not sure what this one is. Anyway. Oh, Justice. Oh, I get it. Oh, it's just so pretty. I'm so excited to try these out, to bring them into practice. I do a cleanse and a dedication to my deck once I decide to keep a deck in my collection. I don't do that until I know for sure, because sometimes I want to rehome them and I don't want to mess up their energy. Oh, I love him. I tend to be attracted to the Death and Devil cards, so look at that. There's the Star. I've been looking for a shadow work deck, and I think I've mentioned that before, but maybe this is the one. I was saying it about, I think, the Witch's Tarot, and I said it, but I wasn't necessarily feeling it. I think it's going to go on my maybe a different use. Oh, sorry. I'm really loving this card. This is Pluto, so that's about transformation. So I really like that they added that element in. Here's the World. Oh, I love the little salamander lizard situation. Oh, the lions, like, look. An animal is hard to... Oh, I get... Okay. I wasn't really paying attention, was I? Two of the same card, it seemed like. Oh, look at that. The Knight of Wands. Let's bring him down just a bit so you can see the card. There's the page. So I'm noticing just now that it doesn't, you have to look to see what, like that these are wands. And that's tricky because these could have been swords. My first, and you know, I was like, oh, is that a sword? Oh, I love it. They're so pretty. There they are. They're fighting. There's a good 5 of Wands. 4. I'm loving the inclusion of these really pretty flowers. Oh, that's gorgeous. There's the 2. So we are looking for, you know what I also just found? Okay, so we're looking for some, just a few cards to compare. Okay. Get that out of the way so I can just lay this down. Excited to try shuffling it. Oh, look. Oh, my goodness. He's got a tie. That's so cute. There's the King and the Queen. So we're in the cups now. Oh, this looks like a quilt, doesn't it? That your grandmother would put together. So I love that these are very clearly cups. I want to know how to paint like this. It's so pretty. Oh, so I see like a bird head, and it looks like a church, the snake, some mountains, a wreath, a heart. Oh, look, they're a mix between cups and flowers, but this one's empty. Very interesting. 6. Aw, like he's sad. Oh. 4. They're all drinking out of their cups. I think this is the celebration card, but it's interesting because it doesn't give me the celebratory feel that the 3 of Cups normally does. It looks mournful to me. Look at that. This is another celebration type card normally. You know, your cup runneth over. And it looks like it's giving me some feelings of, it reminds me of communion, you know, the cracker or whatever. Okay, King of Swords. So this is the symbol of Saturn, which is about discipline. So that's a very interesting addition. I love decks that include the astrology because I'm really into astrology. It's been so fun to study. And it strengthens what I already know about tarot. It's helped me with my connection to specifically the elements. Sorry, it is really warm in here. I am having a moment. Okay. 10 of Swords. Poor birdie. 9. So this is the one that's usually the lady in bed up worrying. Oh, look. There's a skull. Oh, I love him. 8 of Swords. Like, look. Every single one of these could be wall art. Like, it's... Who's the artist? MJ Cullinane. I probably was not. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. There's There's the 4. Oh, no. Oh, I love this. I always love the 3 of Swords, even though I haven't read about it in a long time, but it looks like a really difficult card. It's not a card that ever comes up for me, so it's the 2 of Swords. Here, look at that now. King of Pentacles, look at him. Oh, he looks like he's celebrating, doesn't he? Queen. The Knight. Oh, I want to tell him to be careful. Don't put coins in your mouth. Little Page. Oh, see what I mean? Like all of these, I want them on my walls. Oh, what a gorgeous wolf. The Butterfly. 8. He's hard at work. 7. It's just all coming together. Oh, this reminds me of Justice. So pretty. I haven't allowed myself to really look through this deck because I wanted to do it and have an honest reaction. Well, I like that these ones are green. That's different. Now, okay. I would say that the colors are pretty good. Like they're pretty close. But I don't know. Like I just love this deck so much. The cardstock is so much better, as you would probably expect. So this deck was 15 Canadian. This one was, I want to say 30. It was 30 or 40. I'm looking here. I'm in Canada though, so you know, it's, if you're American, it's not going to cost quite as much. So now I believe I've tried to shuffle with this deck before on my original. I've reviewed this with a fake Witches Tarot deck. The fake one, I'm standing, so it's a little bit awkward because I've got to figure out my camera situation here. But like generally it shuffles super good. It's comfortable if you have small hands. Like my hands are pretty small and they fit really good. Like if your hands are comfortable with a playing deck, that's, you know, but you're not gonna get the guidebook. And if this is your first deck, that's not ideal, you know. This deck, I'm more used to shuffling tarot cards at this point, so smaller decks are almost awkward. So here's how it fits in my hand. As you can see, the cardstock is thicker, not by much, but it feels better. It feels like this one is gonna be able to handle the usage. Let's try a shuffle. Oh, I love the smell of new cards. It's addicting. Okay. Yes, there we go. I love it. Now, this is my favorite way to shuffle because it does not bend my cards. But I know lots and lots of people who like to riffle shuffle. So let's see if it's doable. I'm not very good at it, I'll admit. Okay, here we go. You know what? That's not bad. I might have a deck I can finally riffle shuffle. So, I am so excited to use this. If you guys are interested, perhaps one of these days we can go through and do a dedication and just bring I'll show you guys how to really bring a deck into your collection. I find decks work better when they're correctly blessed and you have like a connection to it of some kind. So I think what I'm going to do is end up giving this one a new home, and this one's going to enter my collection. I'm still glad I got this because, as I said, I really was not sure if this was going to be the deck for me, but I was able to, I just looked through a few. I don't remember looking through all of them, and I just could not believe how pretty it was. And I was like, okay, that answers my question. So I've got a few bookstores that I can give this to, and yeah, I'm really happy with this deck. If you love animals, if you love crows, I love the ability to put whatever ideas or genders I want on these cards. So thank you for joining me today. It was so much fun. I really wanted to do a little something to sit with my cards on World Tarot Day. Life can get ahead of you sometimes, and it's really nice to be able to just slow down and just enjoy your practice. And, you know, it's been great to be able to share this with you guys. So thanks again, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.